Hey guys, welcome back Aries. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Path of Enlightenment Tarot for those of you returning. Welcome back to the channel for those of you who are new. I am Nicole. It is a privilege to have each and every one of you. So glad you decided to join me. Aries, this is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher if that is you. Welcome to the channel as well. This is going to be your mid-August reading, Aries. I'm going to try to get all of these readings out as soon as possible. So it's kind of late. I'm kind of tired. But I wanted to try to get one or two of these out tonight because I may have some time constraints later in the week. So Aries mid-month. Let's see what's going on for you guys. All right, Aries. Let's see. And I am available for personal readings too. That is now open back up. You can check out that information in the description box below as well as the about section of the page. And you can also visit me at holisticallyzenwv.com. So Aries mid-month. Spirit said swimming through your intuition. I feel like you guys are getting some signs, symbols, synchronicities attached to connections in your life, and this does not have to be, I got the chills already, I had them all day, sit down to do this and boom. This could be to loved ones who have passed over. This could be to other people, like you may be seeing signs, symbols, and synchronicities to things. You may be getting feelings around certain aspects of life at this time as well. You may be denying yourself the right to hear and the right to know is what Spirit is saying. So what I would say to that, Aries, is this. Every single sign, I don't care who you are, there's not a soul on this earth that is not intuitive. And it's funny because I just had a conversation with somebody today that's an Aries, and the same thing kind of came up. So maybe they're watching, I don't know. But it's about the context of what you're getting. There it is. Aries, if you are starting to, or if you're new to spirituality, trusting your intuition, diving into your own intuitive knowledge, as I was saying, there's not a soul in this world who doesn't have that within them. We all have it. I tell people all the time what I do, all these crazy, unique things that I do. Everybody is capable of doing these things. 222 on the timer. We all have this within us. And I think for you, it may have been more of a surface level kind of interaction for some of you. And this isn't going to resonate for everybody. But now all of a sudden you're starting to realize that there's something more to what you're hearing, what you're knowing, what you're acknowledging that's coming in for you. And it's kind of like transformational energy that is opening you up to seeing things very differently, piquing your curiosity, rediscovering some childlike curiosity that lives within you, to understand how these connections come back around, how things come back into play, or maybe you're hearing something. I'm going to use the example that I dealt with when I was talking to someone today. When you hear something, you know, that intuitive voice, or you know, a song or whatever, and then maybe 5 minutes later you hear it, or somebody says something in reference to that, that is your intuition talking. And it's learning to catch on to the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities surrounding these connections. We are all immensely connected to one another in some capacity or form, whether it's here in the 3D 333 or on the other side. So it's just a matter of trusting what it is that you need to acknowledge. And this alchemy card, who had that? I forget what sign had that, but I forget who I did. I think it did Leo and Aquarius maybe. Yeah, it was Leo. That's who it was. It was Leo. But this here, and behind that we have that absence. This is bringing this into balance to understand that there's something beyond you. So you just may be really tuning in to a whole other world right now, starting to discover, Spirit saying, more in-depth parts of yourself that maybe you were taught not to believe were true, or you just didn't buy into it, or you weren't really interested, or more importantly, what Spirit is saying is that you didn't understand it. They're trying to show you something. And, you know, I've said it since the pandemic. That was a point in time where things were shifting. We were becoming divided for those who were evolved and the unevolved, as I call it. And then you have all these breakdowns in the astrology, and we've had the Taurus and the Scorpio eclipse seasons, and we've had all these major events happen that really begin to open our eyes that there is more to it than whether it's the rat race or everything that we just see with our eyes rather than with our mind's eye. There's so much more to life than we know. So I think it's very interesting, Aries, that you get this. I think it's very interesting that I had that conversation today, and here we are having this conversation now. So very, very unique, very interesting, just very interesting energy. And what's funny to me too, as I say this to you about that mind's eye, you look on this card, they both have like an eye on the side of their head. There is I'm hearing interconnectedness to that, and it's learning how to come together to see outward, as to like you're coming into a more, Spirit is calling it a grounded space, but yet it's like a perception that's opening up, that you're learning to trust this, or dabbling with this energy as well. So, and it's kind of, I feel like you're intrigued. I think intrigued would be the word to use for this. So Aries, let's see what's going on. Here comes the kitty. Hi, sir. Hi. All right. Taking the blindfold off, Aries. Two of Pentacles. What do you do with this? Guys, too, if you find this video resonates for you, hit that like button. That way, you know, extends the video out for other people to see. Subscribe if you haven't already done so to the channel. I appreciate it very much, and you're going to get notifications each time a video is posted. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. You take a look at her. She's starting to rip that blindfold off, right? Starting to kind of pick apart the ideas of the unknown, the undecided aspects, the Two of Pentacles. How does this balance together? How does this work together? Oh yeah, winds. I always see it as like winds of change, and I've heard that lately for various things. But it's like finding this new balance within yourself that's opening you up. I say balance, what comes out? Justice card. It is balance. It's fair and equitable. You know, you look at that Justice, that's an 11. You have 2-2, and we seen 2-2-2 on the clock there a little bit ago. And that 11, right? So there you go. She's got the 2 scales. She's got the 2 pentacles. She's got the 2 crows there. So, again, I'm going to reiterate that 2-2-2 is very important. There's something being reflected back to you as well, Aries, with that, and then the Ace of Cups. I think that when you start to really open yourself up into a loving space too, and you realize, Spirit saying that you're not crazy, that, you know, the more we expand the heart space, the more we open up into this intuitive ability. We open up to being more receptive to love and energies and other people's way of thinking. And with that too, what Spirit is also giving me, and thank you, Spirit, is that when you come into a place of being open, you become more compassionate, more loving, more accepting, and you start to kind of, Spirit's pointing out that you're having fun with it. You'll start to have more fun with this as you start to understand it. I feel like the intuitive part of you, when I look at this Justice card, what sticks out to me, the energy, is that how she's trying to push that down. I feel like the energy from the bottom is pushing up harder than she can push it down. So it's like your intuition is really sticking out to you. It's really calling to you. It's like maybe before where it was kind of, again, surface level with the surface card, like it was right there, but you really weren't giving it a whole lot of thought. All of a sudden, it's really pushing that midway point. It's really pushing itself out beyond the surface for you, that you kind of have to acknowledge it. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Eight of Swords, and worrisome maybe for some of you, right? So if you grew up in maybe in a certain type of culture or household or belief system, this starts to unravel that belief system, and that in itself can kind of get you up in your head going, you know, like I will say I grew up in church, right? So this was the devil's work, essentially. So for some of you, this could be having this being seen as worrisome of what others might think, how you're going to be perceived, you're getting up in your head about it, how it's going to play out in the world around you, because as much as you're trying to dabble with it, there's this fear attached to it that is restricting your ability to just be completely open. And that's not going to be for all of you. That is going to be for some of you. But I do think that in due time, you're going to open yourself up to this. And why this specific message is coming through this way, I'm not sure, Aries, but pay attention to it. Dependability, Spirit, for Aries, mid-August. What is this about? Spirit said you're finally catching on. Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Wands. I feel like for some of you, you may have had in the past You know, I talked about past overlap. This could be somebody from the past coming back in is kind of how this feels to me. Because it's like they're coming in a state of, a state of nostalgia. Spirit is saying for some of you, this may feel like they've taken something from you, or when I say that they've taken something from you, it's almost like memories of the past, like they're trying to remind you of something. Maybe if they have departed, you know, maybe you feel like the memories of certain things are lost, or time was wasted, or time was lost with this specific person. But they're coming back around to show you how things have changed. And that's very, I feel like this person may not have been in tune either wholeheartedly with their intuitive side, but they're trying to show you how much harder it is to not be open than it is to be open. And they're asking you to catch up. You know, you look at this Knight of Swords, he's trying to get on that bike, he's trying to move forward. So it's like somebody from the other side. It's a very interesting reading. Somebody from the other side is trying to push you forward. They're trying to send you on a forward space of momentum. Aries, I do feel like there's been I'm going to call this a dark cloud, which I remember your other readings in part. But it's kind of like they're coming in as messengers for you guys of a new perspective. When I look at her, I think about the Hangman in the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And you think about the Hangman, he's got his legs in that position of the 4, right? 4 is about our foundations. But you also look at the dice there, and it's a 9, I believe, from what I can tell. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's a 10. Obviously, it's the wheel of 10. Duh. It looked like 9 dots to me. But this is about your foundations. This is about movement forward. This is about progress, endings, and beginnings as well. For some of you, this could have been a brother. It could be more of a masculine energy. But they're also telling you that they are free. They are open and they are free. And they are coming out of the darkness. They're balancing things that were wrong from the past. They're trying to correct them now. So if you had a situation where someone has passed away and maybe there was some, I won't even call it, it was like discontentment sometimes. Like maybe a little bit of battle of the wills. They're coming back around to let you know that it's okay. Whatever it is. Like they're dealing with their own karmic balance right now, is how it feels to me with that wheel. It's their own karmic balance. So this may pertain with that 6 of Cups and the wheel there. This could pertain to property and home. They also they're really sticking out to me. The dog on this card too, which is, I see it, it's cute, right? But I don't always really pay much attention to it. But that dog, like growing up together. So this is like, I'm gonna call it brotherly love. Like you grew up together. I feel like there's a message of somebody cheating somebody out of something or something to that effect. Or trying to duck out of, it feels like ducking out of responsibilities more than anything. But there's also a space of forgiveness there. So, you know, for each of you, that's going to resonate very differently. I usually don't get messages from the other side like this for these readings. But Aries, it's what's coming through mid-August. So there's a reason for this. There could be an opening for this. I will say this to you guys too. Like I do mediumship work. Or channel it, whatever, however you want to word it. And I will say that already, even though this is only August, the veil seems to be thinning rapidly this year, at least when it comes to my intuitive ability. It seems to be front and center already this year. But again, I think it also has to do with the astrology and various things that are going on. So what all are they trying to tell you with this context, or what are they asking you to take from these messages that are coming through? Spirit, what does this context mean for Aries? 2 of Cups, the Tower. They're asking you to let go of ways that keep you emotionally bonded to things. I do believe, Aries, again, this is going to be for some of you, not all of you. Spirit is saying, put your differences aside and let things fall where they are. If you are carrying some kind of guilt attached to the passing of somebody, it's time to release that guilt. It's time to let go. That cycle has closed out. No matter the differences, it's still blended together. There's still a very unique love there. But to pretend that the differences didn't occur and that you guys weren't human, it's not necessary. Like, don't hang on to any kind of guilt attached to that, because once again, that the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, again, on the bottom of the deck, coming back out of there, letting you know that it's okay. That, you know, you're going to be fine no matter what. You are, you're just, it's almost like you're coming out of a materialistic idea, Aries, and stepping into some kind of compassion. There's something coming through. I'm going to hold that Ace of Cups. There's something coming through that's going to open you up emotionally. Something major, I'm going to say, and I got insane chills. Something major is coming through to open you up. So you just may be getting signs and symbols from the other side to kind of preparing you for a new way of life. You're going to find extreme closeness in what it is not to be just within yourself. Like, all of a sudden, like, if you've been in a space where you've been, I'm going to say, emotionally detached. I'm not saying that you didn't love or you didn't care or you didn't interact with other people, but all of a sudden you're finding a sense of humanity. Okay, so, you know, maybe you had good relationships with your nieces or nephews. I don't know, we'll say it that way. But all of a sudden, when you look at them, you're like, my God, they really make my heart light up. Like, I feel so good when I'm around them. Or you may find that children, and I don't know why I want to go to children, children themselves are starting to light up your world. You're starting to see Spirit saying the reason to fight for children or to do more, that, you know, because kids, you know, you hug them, you love them, you give to them. It's like the more you're in that state of nurturing those childlike innocence, and this could just be of yourself, you're expanding yourself, and through that, this new way of living is coming through, is what Spirit is saying. What is this Ace of Cups, Spirit? What is this Ace of Cups for Aries? What is this Ace of Cups for Aries? Let's see. Oh, it's too many there. But I will say this to you. A whole lot of cups in your intuition speaking through those cards. But again, too many. What is this Ace of Cups about for Aries? Spirit, what is this Ace of Cups about for Aries? That Ace of Wands, the Star in reverse. It is really, yeah, the Two of Wands, 222, right? And then the Wheel, again. This is setting off, I will say, for those of you who are older, too, with that Six of Cups we seen earlier, retired, whatever, you're reinventing a new way of life. So maybe the plans you had for retirement, or maybe the plans you had on working in the world, whatever your job is, whatever it is that you do, you're finding new creative ways of doing it, because it's like the old way of doing it hasn't worked. And I think that you guys have touched upon, yeah, there's the Nine of Cups on the bottom. You've held on to an idea of what your wish fulfillment was with that Four of Pentacles. But you're recognizing that is ultimately not your star. That is not complete wish fulfillment. That maybe you've lived a life not in a spiritual sense, and now all of a sudden you're being opened up to this, and with that spiritual aspect being included into your world now, you're seeing a new potential and a new growth of life that you didn't see before as being possible, or you didn't believe in that before. It's expanding your horizons. It's opening you up to more. I really do feel, Aries, that through mid-August, and we've got all these retrogrades and all this crazy stuff going on, that you're going to really begin to see big things change and happen. I kind of want to ask Spirit too, what's this change? King of Cups, the Knight of Wands. It's all love-based, Aries. Like, there's a lot. Ten of Wands. I do. I feel like if you've walked away from things emotionally that were burdensome in the past, you are very much learning to do it differently. There's so much passion moving forward for something, even if you don't even recognize it yet. Page of Pentacles. And I think when this comes in, you're recognizing again that it's like time, it's like go time. It's time to make forward movement with whatever this is, because it's going to stabilize you. And I think you're going to find great reciprocity in being with others and around others. The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. And through that, if you're looking for a partner when it comes to love, and I forget what all was in your love reading, this may be the opening of the heart space that you need if you're looking for someone to spend your time with, to spend your days with, is what Spirit is giving me. So I like that for you. What is this massive wish fulfillment? What is this wish fulfillment for Aries? Oh yeah. I feel like you're going back in the past to heal things. You're setting off on this hermit, right? This hermit's journey of reevaluating, reinspecting, learning new ways, blessings. Very interesting. Just very interesting energy, Aries. Nose. You may be seeking out guidance as well about these topics and subjects. But I feel like you're stepping into some type of spiritual awakening, some type of spiritual awareness. Any advice for Aries? 2-2 again. Burst of magic breaks down to a 3. Tender embrace, 22. You're starting to see the magic in how things work, why they work the way they do. And I feel like if you were in a space before of not, I'm going to call it being on board with this, or not real certain of it, it's like it is what it is. You're finding acceptance that there are other people out there, that 22 on the timer. You're finding people out there that are willing to support you and cloak you in complete love and acceptance of who you are, and helping you to break down any old versions of what you've taught yourself or what other people have taught you. But it's opening a new doorway, and I feel like you're just kind of like, well, what's the worst that could happen? I learned something new, and that's where you're going inward, and you're playing with that magic. Aries, and I think about this just now, Aries, Libra, we're in your North and South node, right? Like, these are spiritual lessons. Taurus and Scorpio just went through it. Massive change and transformation during that time. Aries, it's your turn. You and Libra. So very, very interesting energies. I love this for you. It is the end of one part of your life, and it's the beginning of a new. 23 on the timer as I said that, and that's a 5 and a 5, and 5s are massive and faded changes as well. So Aries, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found this message resonated for you in some way. Feel free to comment down below. Keep comments nice, always. And again, if you guys are interested in personal readings, feel free to reach out through the description box below, as well as the About section of the page, or holistically zen, zenwv.com, for a full list of products and services. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I wish you the best end of the month of August. And again, if you found the video resonated, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and feel free to share the channel as well. I appreciate all the donations and love and support that I get from each and every single one of you. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.